the sun is finally out, and I figured that I would make a little update. If I'm talking very like low, it is because my grandma is sleeping right now, and actually I don't know if she's sleeping. Like the TV is on. I don't know if she fell asleep listening to the TV, watching TV, and I don't want to wake her up or scare her or anything. Although it is highly probable she can't hear me because she's a little bit deaf. But anyways, just so you know, how am I doing after a month without social media? And I don't know if I'm gonna make 2 month, 3 month check ins. I don't know. I'll see where these leads me. But I felt like doing it because I am already feeling like a big difference, big time. Like it's different from other times. I feel so much more peaceful and calm, and I feel like the things that worry me and the things that make me feel anxious now are actually mine. So before I would be worried about how I'm perceived or how I'm dressing or how I look or how how others, if others want to be around me or not. I would be worried about those things that definitely had a lot to do with social media. Did I have a mosquito on my nose? Whatever. But now I feel like all the things that I'm worrying about are like it is worth worrying about the things that I'm worrying about because they are, deeply related to me, my life, and the life that I want to create. So that's something that to me is really powerful because it really reduced all the anxiety that I was feeling overall. I am much much less anxious than I used to be. I am feeling more confident. I am feeling more peaceful. Definitely more slow as well. I am recovering my attention span. I can watch 40 minutes, 50 minutes episodes without wanting to reach for my phone or do something else. So that's good. Um, I'm still dealing with some withdrawal symptoms from this addiction. I guess that this is something that happens to people who have been addicted to, I don't know, drugs, alcohol, sex, whatever. I don't know. I've never had any of those. I've never even smoked in my life, so I don't know how it is like. But it definitely feels like an addiction. It feels like my body for the first 2 weeks had a pull to like I want to check, but I'm not going to. I have committed to this, and I'm so glad that I did. And I definitely am going to keep, uh, you know, not using social media. I did feel today that I was a bit sad of, you know, like, yeah, like fear of missing out of uh, particular things about my nieces. They are living abroad in Europe, in Spain, and they upload pictures every now and then, not like maybe once a month to Instagram. And my mom came to me and she was like, "Oh, look at these pictures," and she showed them to me, and I was like, "Oh, I hadn't seen them because I'm not there anymore." So I'm considering bookmarking my niece's Instagram to check like at least once a month. Maybe that's gonna be a good thing. Um, and yeah, I definitely did miss that, especially because I looked at them and I was like, oh, they have grown so much. And I don't know, it feels weird. Like we don't even video chat anymore because there's a delay, a lag that I don't like for some reason. I'm just like, no, I don't like that. We do communicate through audios, but not actually seeing our faces. Hopefully, it will come to visit this year. Who knows? It's been 2 years. I can't believe it. But, anyways, other than that, I haven't felt like wanting to go back. I do see myself getting better and getting more focused. And I feel like even now that, things are still happening to me, life happens to everyone. But I feel like the lack of social media and polarization definitely gives me perspective to actually realize that the things happening to me right now are not so much of a big deal. Like everything has a solution. I've been dealing with some health issues that, of course, have a solution. Um, I don't know, even things that worry me about work, about doing for the first time, and I'm like, I'm gonna figure this out. I know that I will. And this is so new to me because, I'm an anxious person. I want everything now. and I'm still dealing with that. Especially when it comes to saving up and my big dream of moving abroad. I feel like I have one foot here in Argentina and one foot in Europe, and I don't think it's a good thing, but I don't know. I think that this is something that people who have never felt like moving abroad, like they need to, I don't think people that haven't had that kind of reality in their brains can understand and comprehend. Like, people tell you, what if your reality never changes? Can you, I guess, I don't know, can you just live with that? And I'm like, yes, I can, but I don't want to. And I constantly feel like I'm doing things preparing for the time that I move abroad, like, I don't know, decluttering and having less material possessions. And I'm thinking, like, what if I lived my whole life here? Would I have the same amount of possessions, or would I want to downsize as well? I'm trying to figure that out as we speak. I'll see how it goes, and we'll see. But otherwise, I'm feeling a lot better. I am, like I said, regaining some of my attention span. I am definitely feeling a little more lonely because some friendships have definitely not reached out this month, and they're not as close as I thought they were. But this is something that happens when you leave social media. People tend to forget about you, or maybe they remember when they haven't seen you in a while, which happened today. Someone reached out to me like, hey, I haven't seen you online, what's going on? Update me on your life. And I was like, yeah, sure, let's chat for a little bit. um, that's something that I don't want in my life. I don't want to have friends who reach out once a month, or every 6 months, every other year. I want friends who want to talk to me daily or on a weekly basis, and luckily I have that. I have that, and I can now redirect my energy towards, those friendships, towards my boyfriend and my family, instead of, spreading my energy into so many other people who do not choose me for that kind of interaction. And don't get me wrong, before I would get mad at people for not choosing me, and now I'm just like, you know what? If you want to talk to me once a month, that's fine. But I know very clear in my head that I'm not gonna open up as much as I do with people who are in my daily life, right? Because it's different. The trust is different. The level of trust is different. Just as if, I don't know, if something were to happen to me and I needed someone to visit me at the hospital, I wouldn't call someone who hasn't like talked to me in years, in months. I would reach out to my most immediate people, the intimate ones that are there for me every day, every other day, instead of just, posting on Instagram, hey, I'm at hospital, come visit me. So that's something that I'm not going to say that I learned, because I think that I learned it, or I knew about it and I learned it just now, or I assimilated it now, that, other people can be like, okay, I'm not going to choose you. Other people can be like, I'm not going to choose Flor for my daily life. And that doesn't mean that I cannot choose as well. This is something that my therapist would bring up every once in a while in our sessions, which is like, okay, you are complaining about people not choosing you, but have you actually thought uh, that you do not choose people either? Like, I am sure a lot of people would love to be your best friend, and you're not choosing them. So it is not personal. It is not, and even if it's personal, it's not a bad thing. People choose. People have the right to choose, and you have the right to choose as well. So why would you feel uh, bad about it, or why would you judge people on it? You are doing the same, and it is only a natural thing. And I was like, you know what? You're right. I do. I've had people in the past who wanted to be close to me, but I didn't want to be close to them. And it was not like I disliked them. It was just a matter of, I don't know, chemistry. It was just like, it was not happening. So now that I take it that way, if people want to talk to me on a monthly basis, like they want to do regular check-ins every month, once a month, I'm like, good, that's okay. I mean, but it's definitely different from my daily friends that I have very clear, and I definitely do put more effort and energy into those kind of friendships because they also deserve it, right? Oh, mosquitoes. Anyway, so that's it. I have been doing great. I've been enjoying a lot of more time outside, even with the mosquitoes, and even though it's been really cold lately, but I've been enjoying it. So, yeah, it's been nice so far to be able to enjoy life differently and um, be able to slow down, be less, way less anxious, and be more in contact with what I actually really want outside of social media. I have also, there's one last thought that I want to record, which is that I noticed that online on social media, people are very like black and white. Um, Social media tends to polarize people and be like, oh, you're either left or right, or you have these political views and the other has the other. And you either like, I don't know, to drink or not to drink, to smoke or not to smoke, and there's just like so many gray areas in between. And I've been noticing that people offline tend to be more like that, like they are not far right, far left. They are like, in the center, or leaning more towards one or the other, but not entirely. Like opinions and people are not so extreme in real life outside of the screen. And that is something that I want to portray both here in my videos, in my newsletter, in my podcast. Even if people want to say, be like, hey, but a year ago you said this and it's different from what you're saying today, as if you were not entitled to change your mind, right? Um, I think that when we get out of the screens, and this is not just social media but also TV, when you get out of the screens, you actually start living life and connecting more to your humanity, and humanity is nuanced. Humanity is not either black or white, it's in grayscale. So that is definitely some of the one of the big takeaways from this last month. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. I'm gonna head back inside because I have to keep working, and I don't know, let me know what you think about this video and your thoughts. If you have also left social media, let me know how you're doing, and I'll see you some other time.